Welcome back to Sunday NFL Countdown as Patrick Mahomes gets ready to take on the Detroit Lions in just under 2 hours from now. Mahomes rolling the season, looking to continue that against a upstart Detroit Lions team. And now, welcome into the Domino's pregame headquarters with a few Sunday headlines. The Miami Dolphins will be looking for their first win today, and they might have the opportunity to do it more because the Los Angeles Chargers are decimated by injuries going into Miami today. Not only will Travis Benjamin be ruled out later today, a wide receiver who's doubtful, but there's no Mike Williams, no Justin Jackson, the running back, no tight end Hunter Henry, no tight end Virgil Green, no offensive tackle Russell Okung, and that's just on the offensive end of things. Keep in mind, the Chargers have struggled in Miami. They have not won a game there since 1981 when Kellen Winslow was carried off the field.
In big game today in Chicago with the Vikings and Bears. You know why Mike Zimmer, the head coach, is smiling? Because Dalvin Cook is healthy. And I had one GM tell me this week that non-quarterbacks, this might be the MVP in the league. He is off to a fast start, and offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski has made it to the Vikings are averaging 161 yards per game. The attempts are way high, and then consequently, Kirk Cousins, well, the game's not in his hands. And then let's go to Daniel Jones and the Giants. He makes his second start today against the Washington Redskins. What did he need to clean up? Right there. Detail, fundamentals, ball security. It was a problem in preseason. It was a problem again last week. And so that's something that Pat Shurmur and his staff focus on this week in practice.
More from ball security to job security. Jay Gruden's job status in Washington continues to hang over that franchise as it has all season long. Now, Dan Snyder, the team's owner, is reluctant to make an in-season change. He hasn't done that since 2000 when he let go of Norv Turner. He even let Jim Zorn finish the season. But if the Redskins were to fall to 0-4 today, there will continue to be questions about how much longer Jay Gruden will last there in Washington. Sam?
All right, guys, let's stay on that game he really needs to win at the Meadowlands today. New York hosting the Redskins. There's good news and bad news for the 1-2 Giants. Good, Daniel Jones makes his first home start after being named NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Bad, this is the first game Saquon Barkley will miss in his entire NFL career. An important divisional matchup in the NFC East, and Josina Anderson is live in East Rutherford with the very latest. Hi, Josina.
Hey, Sam. Well, you know, if Daniel Jones is able to get his first regular season win at home, he'll turn many Giants fans who booed him in these very stands into even bigger believers. But he already has a big one in Wayne Gallman, who's starting at running back for the Giants today. Gallman told me in Tampa last week, just for him to come into the huddle with us down 20-plus points and give us a big smile and say, y'all ready to go? That was everything that we needed to hear and see to continue believing that we could win. Gallman continued raving. I remember my rookie year playing with other Giants quarterbacks who will remain nameless, who struggled to get a play call in the huddle. He said, I've never seen Daniel Jones have that issue. He knows my assignment, everyone else's assignment, and how to adjust to all the blitzes. Gallman said, in that regard, Jones reminds me of playing at Clemson with Deshaun Watson. And speaking of Jones, former safety from the Giants, Landon Collins, who's making his return to MetLife today as a division rival, said, it's the Giants, so of course I would love to get a hit on Daniel Jones. Sam, back to you.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun matchup to watch out there today. Let's go back to Daniel Jones, though, for a second.
Yep.
Look, we overreact to everything when a player has a bad game, when a player has a good game. There was just so much excitement in Tampa, especially because they ended up winning the game late. Teddy, do you think that overreaction was more a result of Daniel just playing a great game, or the difference we saw between Daniel Jones and what we're used to seeing from Eli Manning?
That's where I think you're right. That difference in terms of what the New York Giants fans are looking at, because no one more than me has been traumatized by Eli Manning, okay, and the good play of his when we were losing to him in the Super Bowl, losing to his brother in the AFC Championship game. I am traumatized by the Manning family. I'll just say that. I'm not afraid to say it.
You're not alone.
All right, but this was a long time ago, and then the play from Eli Manning has changed to where in comes a young, spry quarterback that can do other things, and then you're talking about mobility. This is what Giants fans are used to lately from Eli Manning. Players come close, Eli hits the turf and goes down. Doesn't keep plays alive right there. And then all of a sudden you go to last week and you see this kid and it's like, that's a sack right there. if it's Eli Manning, but he moves a little bit to his left, he throws the ball down the field, and all of a sudden Giants fans are, wait a second, is this a quarterback position in the New York Giants uniform? Is this a 3rd and down that we're actually scrambling for right here and not sliding and just punting the ball? It's a different aspect of it, a different athlete at quarterback, and I think they have a right to be excited. There is some high risk to Daniel Jones also in terms of turnovers, pocket instincts he has to improve upon, but still, I'm with the excitement for the New York Giants fans.
And those are off-schedule plays, but let's just talk about the playbook, the actual play calls. There are tabs in everybody's playbook, okay? There's 3-step, there's 5-step, there's empty, there's 7-step, there's play action, and then there's movements. Okay, that's naked bootlegs, and those are offensive linemen's very best friends. It makes everything go, and they just got to dust that off. They haven't been calling movement plays since Eli Manning's been the quarterback. Like, he has other strengths, but Daniel Jones, he might not look it. He is very mobile, and to your point, those plays will get called, and I think it adds a new development if you're going to try to defend them.
We talked about his athleticism last week. And I wasn't flinching. I thought this kid would play well. But I thought he'd play that well. I mean, it was an unbelievable game. Look, he accounted for 2 touchdowns rushing, 2 throwing, 350 yards passing or whatever it was. He was absolutely tremendous. But I don't think it's an overreaction here, and I'll tell you why. I truly believe in this quarterback. And when you complete 83% in preseason, that's pretty good also. We just want to ignore that. Wait a second. He did it against first-line defenses. And so I believe in this kid. Is it wrong for me to be cheering for him instead of my twin brother today? I don't know. He's my adopted son here, but I think they got something. And when you look at it, this is a face of the franchise type player. And guess what? They got 2 of them now. They got Saquon Barkley and him. I think the future is going to be really bright for this team if they can build that defense. But today, though, I think the Redskins are going to give them a lot. I mean, we're going to see. This is your last stand, Washington. You got to show up today.
We're sitting here talking about Danny Dimes, and I would have to agree with y'all. No, we're not overreacting about this young quarterback, because when you're out here making plays, like Ted, that was a great film you put up. When you're talking about the difference between him and Eli, we've seen Eli play 2 championships, but we've seen Eli at his high and we've seen Eli at his lows. But being able to put a young athletic quarterback like Daniel Jones in the mix, there is one play last week, guys, that really stands out to me, and it's being able to give his guys a chance in the passing game. Right here, as you see Ingram going across the middle. Wow. Hey, guys, that is a 3rd down pass, 3rd down catch. Yes, it's a great play by the wide receiver, but you heard me say being able to give his guys a chance. I don't know if Eli would have been able to make that throw with that defender all on him, but Danny Dimes gives his offensive weapons a chance, as you see on that 3rd down. I like what's going on in the
Isn't it crazy how much he reminds you of Eli Manning, though? It's like unbelievable. All the stuff off the field. I mean, his mannerisms, how he handles the media. I got to believe that the Eli Manning's got to get a little bit of credit for how well that he's played. Because if you look at his film at Duke, there are reasons that some people were concerned or wondering if he should be the 6th pick overall. So I got to give Eli just a little bit of credit for how he's playing.
And I think he deserves a lot of credit, but it is funny how, I mean, they were coached by the same guy. There's so many similarities. And look, Eli Manning was a phenomenal player, as we talked about, and he could move a little bit too when he was younger. But hey, man,
not like this.
Real quick,
not like this. Right.
Just real quick, the struggles are coming. I have not seen any rookie quarterback seasons where it's just all like this. Those struggles are coming, and that's where also you can lean on a veteran quarterback that's got your back.
I think it could be coming this week. I really do. I mean, the Redskins, they got to show up eventually, don't they?
Well, we know they've got struggles on defense, but the struggles that are coming up that you're talking about, those are called the Vikings next week, and then New England right after that.
Double trouble.
Welcome to the NFL, Daniel Jones. All right, we still have a whole lot more coming on Countdown. Browns fans are fired up in Baltimore today, maybe because they know that Odell Beckham's only other game against the Ravens, he had a career-high 222 yards. We will see if he can give that gift to Baker Mayfield today. Still to come on Countdown, game picks are on the way as the undefeated Chiefs face the undefeated Lions. Could Patrick Mahomes be on upset alert as he faces a tough Lions secondary? And Peyton Manning is sort of out of retirement. He's applying for a new job at the NFL Football Factory.